Lunch with Lee. Today, one of our topics is a topic that in our market we get all the time, which is rain, 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 leaks, leaks, leaks. And it is quite common for customers to call us and just say, hey, I hear raindrops inside my fireplace. Is that something to be concerned about? And the answer is yes. It is something to be concerned about sometimes, but I would always have someone come out to double check it. Because sometimes it could literally mean there's rain dripping inside your walls or inside your fireplace that is doing harm. And that needs to be rectified, fixed every time it happens. Every time. Because anytime water comes in, it's going to shorten the life of that fireplace. Whether it's brick, whether it's metal, regardless of what type it is, whether you have electric ignition systems and remote controls and wall switches and all these kind of fancy stuff, it's always important to keep it dry. That even goes into when we went back to Hurricane Harvey, or even before that. If you have a flood in your house where your fireplace is wet at all from the floodwaters, I mean, even a half an inch into your fireplace, some fireplaces have to be totally replaced. It's like your car being submerged. You know, yes, maybe it works some, maybe someone can fix it, but it's going to be an ongoing problem where it's going to have issues that you shouldn't have over and over. And it's absolutely not going to last its expected lifespan. But if you hear, hello, Donovan, how you doing? If you hear raindrops inside your fireplace, it could be, and this is the exception to the rule, and I would never tell a customer to diagnose this on their own, but a lot of fireplaces that are made out of metal, that are manufactured metal fireplaces, have metal chimneys. They're metal tubes that take soot, sparks, everything to the outside. And then we'll have a metal top. And a lot of times that metal top, you hear ding, 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 ding on top. And you will hear it kind of like a megaphone show up inside of your fireplace. So that is important for us to look at, because if that annoys you, we can actually fix that, where you can put caps or lids on it to stop that water from hitting it. I have a direct vent fireplace, which is a gas only fireplace, that when it rains hard, you can hear it, but it's not leaking. It's just the top of the cap. There's Jerry Eisenhower, many times the water is retained in the materials of the chimney or chase is constructed that causes premature rot, mold, deterioration. This is also a potential health risk to the occupant of the home, which is absolutely correct. The way to say that in simpler terms is, if there's water inside the walls or inside your fireplace, it's bad. It's not normal. If it's a brick structure, a lot of times the bricks will absorb, because bricks are, especially when they're dry, which doesn't happen much in our market. But the bricks actually will absorb water like a sponge. And long term, it's bad. It shortens the lifespan of everything, whether it's the fireplace or the bricks or anything else. Just like I've said over and over and over again, look at the outside of your fireplace. If you see stains, colors, weird shapes on the outside in our market, that means mold. It means it's staying too wet, which means it's not a correct design or there's something else wrong. So it's important that we get that stuff fixed, because long term, that causes expensive problems. If you fix it up front and we catch it while it's little and tweak a design, fireplaces can last a long, long time. But if we don't and we try to live with it, then it starts to wear on it. You start to get where the venting system inside your chimney, the tube that takes stuff to the outside, is no longer airtight. It starts to leak stuff out and in, and then we start to get a cascade of problems. Often when customers see those type of problems, they're seeing the symptom of a water leak. And often it's a long-term symptom for you to see it. Often it's rust or bricks inside the fireplace falling out or being loose or holes in mortar joints. Those are all symptoms of water leak problems. And a couple other things, but in our market, 99% of the time, it's always water leak problems. So if you see weird colors, if you hear things, have it checked out. We do free water leak consultations. We will come out, we will look at it. We're always going to recommend that you look at the insides too. But as far as just water leak issues, we'll be happy to come out. We'll be happy to look at it. We'll come up with a game plan, whether it be a Band-Aid all the way to the best repair that's going to last long, that's going to be cheaper long-term. Or if you're looking just to put a patch on it, we'll do that too. Understanding what it is. It's just a patch. This is not going to be I tell customers all the time, this is not something we're going to take pictures of and put on our website. So it's important that we get correct repairs done, especially with leaks. Here's Jerry again. Also look at deterioration on the back wall of the fireplace as an indicator, which is the same thing where you put your wood, the brick that goes around it. Often it's painted in our market. It was painted black, but look for deterioration. Look for drips. Also, if you push on that brick and the brick moves, that means something. It should always have complete mortar joints. It should be sealed at that point. But that is an important spot with masonry fireplaces, which is all brick and mortar, to look for deterioration. And that's one of the places we look very first thing. And if you see deterioration there, often in the places you can't see, there's also deterioration there. But going back to what we initially said, any kind of drips, anything you hear, it's time to call somebody. Especially this time of year when we get those sort of tropical rains, it's really, really time to talk to somebody. Let's catch it while it's little. Let's fix it. I've even seen customers where there's a seam at the top that's called a storm collar. It's supposed to have caulking around it. You have to redo that caulking every so often. It's just a caulked seam. If you do not, and it leaks long-term, it can rot whole structures because often on the inside of that is just wood. And we all know if you get wood and you keep it wet long-term, it's going to rot. Suddenly the whole chimney structure is wobbling or leaning or falls. Often during hurricanes, it exposes those flaws. We get high winds and then suddenly things start to fall. So it's very, very important. Just going over it again. I know I've said this over and over and over again, but if you hear rain, if you see weird patterns, shapes, stains, bricks moving where it shouldn't supposed to move, you're not sure, just that alone, give us a call. Have us come out. We'll double check it, give you that peace of mind. Also make sure that the design of your chimney is such that you're going to get maximum value long-term. So that is it for today. And I appreciate all Donovan, Jerry, everybody who's on. If you get a chance, share our stuff, like it, go to YouTube, follow our channel. We really appreciate it.